Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's time to talk about Volt INU, and we're going to address their new exchange listing. We're also going to talk about how high they're up here in the last 7 days, as well as somebody on Twitter is very, very bullish about Volt, who has a huge, huge following. So we're going to talk about all that in this video. Go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for coming back to the channel. And let's jump in. So, without further ado, Volt INU continues to check the boxes when it comes to new exchange listings. They just passed their 6-month anniversary, and they are closing in now on 30 centralized exchanges. They're not quite there yet, but they are right on the doorstep of having 30 centralized exchanges. Now, for comparison, Shiba Inu has 116 exchanges, but it's been around since August 2020. So just something, food for thought, right? But how about this? BitGet has listed Volt Inu, almost said Shiba Inu there, has listed Volt Inu. And so this is another exchange, right? You could see here they've got 357,000 followers on Twitter. Not as big as, the huge tier ones, but I've got a feeling some tier ones are coming for Volt down the line. And here's the thing, this is all happening in a bear market, right? Which is really, really good to see. Now, let me bounce over here to the chart here real quick, and then we're going to bounce over back into Twitter here. So if we take a look at the chart here, we can see that Volt is up 46% in the last week, up slightly here in the green in the last 24 hours. We could see here we're getting a lot more buys than sells here this morning, which is good to see. A lot of small buys, but hey, they all stack up, right? 4 straight days in the green here for Volt after bottoming out a couple different times here in the low fours. We're back to that 6533 range right now. Total market cap is 44 million, and holders as well. This only shows us the Ethereum side, 10K on the Ethereum side, but of course this is multi-chain. We have a lot of holders on the BSC side as well. Now, this is what I really wanted to get to in this video, Mr. Big Whale. Now, you may have seen this person on Twitter. I think it's, I don't know if it's, I don't really know who it is, right? It's an anonymous account, but they've got 2.4 million followers here on Twitter, right? Mr. Big Whale. Very interesting. Now, here's what's fascinating. They have been tweeting a lot about Volt INU. Volt to the moon, real project, great dev, great army equals perfect. And the lightning bolt is there. Interesting, right? It says join the Telegram. They're encouraging people to join the Telegram. And if you go over to Mr. Big Whale's account, he doesn't really do this, right? But here you go. Which one will be the 100x next month? Locust, Volt Inu is one of them, right? Baby Doge, Blue Sparrow is in there. Interesting. Volt to the moon, real project. This was 16 hours ago. That's what we just screenshotted. Here we go. Replying to Volt. Volt is the real gem. Buy and hodl Volt Inu. Very fascinating. Look how many retweets, look how much engagement I have engaged with that one. So I've been watching this from afar and I've been meaning to create a video about it. This is big for Volt, right? Because it's obviously going to bring a lot more exposure and eyeballs to the project. And maybe that's why we're up 46% in the last week, at least a small part of it. And, they have some new catalysts coming as well. Does Volt? They've got this pinned tweet over on their Twitter talking about one of those big catalysts, which is Volti change. I talked about that in my last Volt video. Make sure you check that one out. But this is an interesting community project. I don't think a lot of the community projects will come out of this bear market, right? SHIB will. Doge will. When I look at Volt, I believe it will as well. I think it's in that small group of community tokens that really have built up some momentum. The community is absolutely amazing. I've been in the Telegram. I've seen the engagement on social media. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Volt has to say about, them not being able to make it, because there's a lot of naysayers out there. But I think Volt can certainly come out of this bear market and be a strong community token for years to come. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts down below. Just my opinion, not financial advice. And as always, I appreciate you stopping by. I'll see you in the next one.